welcome to Anarchy in the Ukulele with me, Abby Goldberg, and UKD. Well, today, it's a biggie, isn't it?
We've only gone and done it.
We have only gone and done it. Dun dun dun!
Bongo Boy didn't know which one of us was going to do it. Should I do it again? Hold it. You ready? Dun dun dun! That wasn't a good dun dun dun, was it?
Do you need to do it one more time?
I don't know, but his little hand going on that lens is like...
Anyway, what have we gone and done? We, people of the ukulele, we have purchased a ukulele from Amazon, haven't we?
We have.
The Donna DUC-100 concert ukulele, no less.
Whoop whoop! I'm a bit excitable today. Yeah, we bought a ukulele from Amazon to see what it's like.
Now the brand is Donna, and Donna sell pretty much exclusively through their own website or Amazon, and they do other musical instruments too, and other size ukuleles.
Yeah. They do quite a range of musical instruments. They've got a few ukuleles, so they've got this in a tenor as well, and a soprano, I think. So this is a all laminate top, sides and back.
It's African mahogany, is it, I believe?
I think it's mahogany. I don't really know what they include the African bit. It's not the best looking wood. It's a bit orangey and a bit shiny, but it's all right. It's finished okay.
Yeah, I think it looks quite nice.
Yeah, there's no rough edges, or it's finished pretty well. It's an all laminate instrument, which is what you'd expect. These are around about £50, so it's an entry level ukulele, I think it's fair to say. Solid mahogany neck, as you would expect, in 3 pieces. The join's quite good. So the join on the neck is where you see there's a join down there. It's very very good on this.
It's really hard to see.
And the join on the headstock, I don't even think you'd pick that up on the camera. It's actually down a little triangle down there, which is how you should do headstocks. It's
got a sort of a half open back tuner, hasn't it? They're sort of covered in glass, so they're not open at all, but you can see them.
No, so it's a sealed geared tuner, but there's a little plastic covering, which is unique.
I think it looks quite cool.
Yeah, it's a bit different, isn't it? And these sort of pearly
I'm not
orange.
sold on these. Look a little bit plasticky.
I quite like those. Can you not do that though?
Why?
You not put it out of tune like that.
I simply caressed it.
Yeah, exactly. The neck's quite round. It does kind of taper and square off at the top there. Don't know if we can pick that up. Which some players quite like. It just means if it's fully round all the way up, it feels a bit chunky at the top.
Comes with Aquila nylon strings, so it's got...
I don't think it does. I think it comes with unbranded strings.
Oh. On Donna's website it says it comes with Aquila.
Yeah, I don't think they are.
Oh, that's a shame.
Because they didn't have the little tag that says they are, and on some other places I've seen it say unbranded strings. So
okay.
I'm not going to say they're Aquila.
It does also though come with a gig bag, a tuner.
A fish.
What else does it come with? 4 picks, a strap.
Yeah.
It does say that it comes with Aquila
4
strings.
picks. That's very specific. Is
a cleaning cloth, and a free online lesson, which is quite cool.
So I think it also comes with a spare set of strings, which it says are Aquila, and again, it doesn't say that on the strings. So I have my doubts about the strings. The gig bag's quite cool.
It's quite a decent gig bag.
It's not overly padded, but it's £50 ukulele. But it's better than the gig bags you get at that price point normally.
Let's pop it here, shall we?
Yeah, it's got what they call a cattle bone, which I don't really know why they do that, because they could get away with just saying it's a bone, nut and saddle. Cattle bone to me makes it sound like some kind of offcut from the butchers.
Is cattle a little bit more...
I don't know. I don't think it is. That's my point. I wouldn't say cattle bone, but that's up to them.
But people might want to know what... you wouldn't say cow bone.
But normally you just say bone. The fingerboard, it's some kind of stained hardwood. It's not rosewood, and I think they perhaps used to say it was rosewood, and they've changed that on their site now because it clearly isn't rosewood, I don't think. But it's pretty good. It's very neat. It's very, very smooth. In fact, I've seen rosewood bridges and fingerboards that are way rougher than this. So it's quite nice, and it feels hard. It feels very, very hard. Frets are... There's no sharp frets on this at all. It's pretty smooth. It's not bound down the side, but it's almost like the fret ends have been painted over or something, just to kind of make them all look neat. But it's dressed really well, so there's no sharp frets on it. Tuners work well. There's nothing wrong with those. The strings that are on it are okay. I don't think there's much of a problem with those.
It's also got the buttons for the strap.
Yeah, you got strap button there and there. I don't really like one there, and if you've seen our video
Of do you need a
do
strap?
you need a strap, you'll see Abby wearing one of these
As a necklace. It's not the most practical. It works better tied around.
Yeah, and
up here.
but yeah, so I think for £50 it's pretty good. I don't think there's much to complain about. It's really neat and tidy inside. You know, it looks well made. The laminate's quite thin. The Donna logo is mother of pearl. It looks like it's an inlay. You got a little rope rosette around there. Yeah, I think as you can tell, it's hard to criticise it because it's £50. But I'm also not. I mean, I haven't played it properly yet, but I'm also not that enamoured by it. It's quite plain. There's not too much to get excited by.
No, but it's not offensive.
No, it's definitely not offensive. This is as it's come as well, so we haven't set this up. Well, I should say that the saddle is compensated, which is a good thing.
What does that mean?
So it just means that sometimes saddles are smooth, so they're just kind of a solid bit of bone or plastic that runs down there,
Oh,
which
it's got
means all
grooves
the
in it.
strings sit in the same place. Not just that, but if you see, it's kind of chamfered in different directions for each of the strings, which means
It's like different
Yeah.
angles along
the saddle, so that it's compensated for the different types of string. It's
Okay.
compensated. It's a compensated saddle.
Okay. Is it a no tie or is it?
It's a string through.
Yeah. So that's
Design.
meant to be easier for changing the strings, isn't it?
It is, but I think that depends on which strings you buy, because if you've got the little ball ends, then I think actually they won't go in there. So it's strings through and underneath. I don't know whether I agree with that's easier or not really. I think once you learn how to tie the strings, you're pretty good to go. But anyway, certainly doesn't do it any harm. And on an instrument like this, you're not going to be changing strings an awful lot. I think this is a beginner instrument. It's something you're going to buy and then step up onto
Yeah.
something else a little bit later once you've really got into playing the ukulele. I don't think you would buy this kind of instrument if you're already an established player. I think that's fair. I don't think that's unfair on them. It's designed to be a beginner instrument, hence all the things that you get with it.
Yeah.
So it's around about £50 at the minute, and you get all those things with it. So I think that's pretty good. Should we have a play? When I say we, I mean me. It's quite loud. You thought I was going to play something else then, didn't you? I'm not. So yeah, chord wise, I mean, it's quite nice.
It's bright.
Yeah, it's quite nice. It's holding its tuning. It's quite bright. It's easy enough to play.
How's the action?
The action is probably quite medium on this, which is what you'd expect from an instrument, you know, that's come from the manufacturer. They don't want to set it too high. They don't want to set it too low. If they set it too low, there's danger of buzzes and things creeping in. Too high, it's going to be hard to play.
Yeah.
So it's exactly what you'd expect, I think. Finger picking. It's nice.
It's fine, rounded, I would say.
Yeah,
It's not.
it's not dull. It's mellow.
Yeah.
It's not. But then when I was playing the chords, I think what you get with cheaper instruments is you almost get this kind of compression to the sound. You get this with guitars a lot, but I think it also applies to ukuleles, where there's not the dynamic range. So if I play a chord and I play, and I go louder, it gets very loud. But if I do that, I haven't got one easily to hand. If I do that on another instrument, you would really hear that dynamic range as much bigger, and this playing soft would be much softer. You can play soft on this, but you have to really try to play soft, and it doesn't go quite as loud as a more expensive instrument, if that makes any kind of sense whatsoever.
Let's have a feel.
Suits you.
Thank you.
You do love a kebab. Really need to work on your strumming. My dog doesn't eat fleas. He still does. It still works. What else can we say about it? Other than it's okay. It is okay. I quite like this little wavy design on the end of the fingerboard. I like the design of the bridge. The bridge is very smooth. Sometimes when bridges are designed with like oblong designs and very square edges, they can be quite sharp. And that's quite smooth.
Oh, it's finished in open pore satin.
Open pore satin. So if you look at the wood grain, it's kind of what it says, open pore. It just
it's nice.
It's a finish that like quite a few people are doing now. I quite like it. I know other people don't like it. Yeah, it's not glossy. It's if you compared it to any of the glossy instruments, they're certainly not open pore. They're like completely sealed and almost like a painted finish on them. Whereas this, you can really see the wood grain, and the pore in the wood grain is kind of the black grain that's opened up. So I think that's quite nice. So all in all, we've said a lot of really nice things about it. But I think there are other alternatives to this for £50.
We actually did a video with Paul, didn't we? A blind challenge.
And we had...
Paul actually loved this. If you want to watch the blind challenge, you can watch it here, hopefully. Paul absolutely loved it in the blind challenge.
He did, and this was another £50 instrument. So this was the Flight. Can't remember the number, but we'll put it on the screen here.
And you see...
Can we not hold the thing and throw it away? Because when we did that in that other video, it took me ages to work out a way of doing it.
But now you know how to do it. Should we do it?
No, because I didn't really do it. I just... It basically goes up in a big puff of smoke.
What if I just was to flick it off?
No. We can't. We're not. We're not in Hollywood here. It's just going to appear there. That'll do. Right. So this was the Flight, and this was the same sort of price, sort of $49.95. I think this was.
It's interesting actually, because when you see the Donna on its own, it's quite a nice finish, but actually compared to the Flight, it looks a bit orangey, doesn't it?
It does a bit, and this is open pore satin finished as well. This is definitely a little bit nicer finished, a bit nicer. If you look at the neck and compare it in the neck to that, you can kind of just see a slightly better quality of wood. Hard to see with the stickers that Abby's stuck all over this one. Unbelievable. But yeah, slightly better quality of wood. Not when you bash them around like that.
It's much squarer at the back as well, actually.
Yeah.
It's quite square here, whereas that one's quite rounded.
This one straight away feels nicer to play.
Should we play them together and compare?
But how will that work?
We'll just see if they clash. Let's play a C. 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I think, all we're going to say is there are alternatives to that. Now, this was £50, came from, I think this one came from the Southern Ukulele store. So it was set up when it came with a case, but I think that was it. It didn't come with any of the other things that one comes with. So to a certain degree, it would be almost nice if that was a £30 ukulele and this was a £50 ukulele, and that didn't come with all of the extras and just came with a basic case like this one did. And then I'd be saying that's a brilliant beginner instrument. But the fact that you can buy this one for around about £50, don't know. It's because there's nothing really to complain about on that. I think let's get rid of this one because the review is not about this one. I'm going to say this was from Amazon. It wasn't bad. It wasn't. You kind of almost want to buy a ukulele from Amazon and say it's absolute tat, and it's not. It's pretty good for the money, and you get a nice package, get a nice case. It holds its tune. Strings are okay. Is it as nice as the Flight? I don't think it is. So, as an overview, I think you can buy from Amazon. You can get an instrument license. I think it's a little bit of pot luck into what the setup's like, because we haven't changed anything on this, and it's pretty good. I'd be pretty pleased with that.
Yeah.
But that might be luck, because they're shipping a lot of these through Amazon. If the setup's not right, your choices are really return the whole thing to Amazon and keep trying to get a different one until.
Does it come direct from Donna, or are they on consignment to Amazon? Do you know?
I think Amazon keep a selection of these in stock. I don't know. You'd have to check Amazon. What a silly question to ask me. I think I am some kind of encyclopedic knowledge of Amazon's distribution.
No, I just thought they might be treated slightly better if they came direct
Unbelievable.
from Donna.
So, yeah, buying from Amazon, pros and cons. You don't really know what you're getting.
But it can come the next day.
It can come the next day, and
so if you need an emergency ukulele,
it can be great. We have had others from Amazon that aren't as great, not of this particular type. So I think that's questionable compared to buying from a music shop. Music shops will also deliver next day. So, I think that is also an option. Pros are probably the price of it. Because it's a pretty good instrument. To be honest, we've got some £100 ukuleles that we've reviewed recently, naming no names. You don't know what I did. You're a bit lost, aren't you? Just pulling up the vendor review.
Another of Paul's favourites.
Another of Paul's favourite. There was £100 that I don't think is as good as this. There's also, why not name names? There's a Carla that we've had that was £100 that I really didn't like, and I would prefer this. The pro is that you're perhaps getting a better instrument
for a lower
than
price.
the price suggests. Because it's Amazon and it's got Amazon buying power and Amazon money behind it. I'm sure there's some massive deal and connection between Amazon and Donna. I think that's a given, really. So that's the pro. The cons really are you don't quite know what you're getting. If you've got a little bit basic knowledge and something like this came in, the setup wasn't quite right, then you'd be able to sort it out. If you haven't got that basic knowledge, I would still suggest go to a music store.
Yeah.
And watch our buying guide, which is
here.
We're putting on a lot of these cards in this
really
video. We never did any of that before. We never did any of that before. Now we've really gone for it, slightly over the top. Right, what I say. Final thoughts. Should you buy it or not?
I think you can if that's the route you want to go down. I don't think it's the worst idea.
No, I totally agree with you. If you get a bad one and it doesn't play right, send it back. I guess if you're a real beginner or you're buying it for somebody who doesn't play, you don't know whether it's a bad one or not. Ease of mind on that. Should you buy it? I think yes, you can buy it. I'm really struggling to say you should buy it because I think there's better instruments for the same price.
And we do love buying from a specialist store.
From the experience we've had, says it's okay to order from Amazon. I think there's better places to buy from. Let's not get into the whole Amazon debate, but yeah, I think
it's not the best idea and it's not the worst idea.
No, I think that's fair to say. Should we play a song?
Yeah, let us know. Have you bought a ukulele from Amazon? Have you tried a Donna? Let us know in the comments.
Do you like a kebab?
Yeah. Do you like?
Is it a Donna or chicken shish?
Do you have the chili sauce or the garlic? Let us know.
Chili, always chili.
I have both.
Why would you have a kebab and not have it hot?
Now I want a kebab for tea.
But I don't understand why are people having like mayo on garlic mayo on a kebab?
I have garlic sauce,
chili
and
sauce.
chili sauce together.
Hot as possible, chili sauce.
Chili and garlic I have.
You need to feel it the morning after.
Do you know what I like to do? I like to mix the Papa John's special garlic sauce with Nando's sauce. Oh, it's a little tip for you. That's great for a stuffed crust pizza. You're welcome. We digress.
Should we do a song?
Play a song. Something about thinking about you feels so right. We should be moving on. I can worry about that tomorrow, but not tonight. Come a little closer, come a little closer, come a little closer, come a little closer. Come on, honey, stay a little longer. At least until the sun comes up again. We got time for one last kiss before last call. Darling, we got plenty far to fall. That is a lot of lyrics to fit in a little quick
What's
strum.
happened? What's happened to your accent?
I thought I'd finish it off in my southern drawl.
Brilliant. Bye, like, subscribe, ring the bell.
Bye.
Bye.
Like and subscribe. We're not
I'm
selling
really
anything.
tired. It's been a long day. It's very hot in here. Sign off.
We're not selling anything.
Sign off.
TTFN, ukulele fans.